The big poverty debate tonight. Let's raise the big question that Niti Aayog report on poverty, is it genuine or has the data been fudged? Who performed better on poverty, the Modi government or the previous Manmohan Singh government? What is the real poverty count in the country at the moment? That's the big debate. And joining me now, therefore, on that big poverty debate, two very special voices, joined by Dr. Surjit Bhalla, not too long ago, India's Executive Director at the International Monetary Fund. Also joining me, Professor Santosh Mehrotra, Human Development Economist, who's a visiting fellow at the Center for Development, University of Bath. Appreciate both of you joining us. Dr. Bhalla, today the Prime Minister, in a way, has taken this debate a step further by saying that 25 crore Indians have been lifted out of poverty in the last 10 years, citing that Niti Aayog report that suggests, based on multidimensional poverty, India's poverty declined from 29.17% in 2013-14 to 11.28% in 2022-23. 24.82 crore people lifted out of poverty as per that estimate. Do you agree with it? Or do you believe, as the critics are saying, that this is politically expedient, economically unsound?
Yeah. One, I completely reject that this methodology is unsound, or that what the critics are saying is correct. Completely wrong. Look, I've gone through the multidimensional report. I've gone through the update. I've gone through what Santosh Mehrotra has written. And it seems that, if anything is politically motivated, is Mehrotra's analysis. I'm happy to explain now, or we can do it later. We'll
come to that in a moment, but I want to understand from you. You therefore believe these are credible numbers, because you also, during your IMF days, had put out a similar report on poverty figures saying it had come down substantially. You believe that it is fair to say there's been a substantial decline, but dare I say it's not from 2013-14, but way back in 2004-05, the UPA too can claim credit that as many as 27 crore people were lifted out of poverty, if anything even more, during the UPA years.
Yeah, look, if we are going to have a discussion, what is very important is to get the definition. I know it's not very easy to transmit over TV channels, but to get the definition of poverty. Now, as it happens, I don't think that the Multidimensional Poverty Index is an improvement over the good old-fashioned Absolute Poverty Index, which has been developed and used by India and the World Bank for the last 40-odd years. So this is, something I might agree with Santosh on, that I am not a big fan of the Multidimensional Poverty Index. So that's the first point. The second point is that the method that they have used, given the MPI, is completely correct. There's nothing wrong with what they have done. Let me just explain to all the listeners and to the viewers what the Multidimensional Poverty Index was done through a survey, which, mind you, is worldwide. Many countries do that, in 2005-06, and then again in 2015-16. Now, as everybody is interested in, what happened in the year prior to 2015-16 or 13-14, year prior to when Mr. Modi became Prime Minister. That's a complete, sensible try and approach to find out what was there in the base year. Now, what they do, the Niti report, is takes the percentage change on annualized basis, which is the simplest method to do, and there's nothing at all wrong. Matter of fact, the world over, whenever you have to adjust, you do that. The same thing is done to get the 22-23 estimate by looking at the trend decline 2019 to 21. Okay? So I don't know, I read Santosh's piece, and he finds both of these approaches problematical. Nothing wrong with it. This is, econ or statistics 101.
Okay.
So that's my first major point, that the objection to it is completely misplaced.